three-point shot.
It's a towering shot, baby.
Red Bulls takes it to the house.
The following is a production of the Rough Rider broadcast team, a presentation of Watlington and Shires Productions. NetSN and Azalea Orthopedics brings you Northeast Texas Sports, the 2024 season.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
Well, welcome everybody. We're back again for our next session. This is the regional championship where we have Jalen Postel against the number one ranked, I guess the defending state champion from Taylor, Riley McCann. Or let me see if I can get her name right. We'll go get it from Chris Wallington. But that match is underway. Jalen is down. We'll get to her in just a moment. We also have our third place match with an opportunity to play back into the state championship with our doubles team. And we're going to have that right away, beginning here in the next few minutes. But this is the Farmers State Bank pregame show, and we are going to get right to this, and then we will shortly thereafter get to Chris Wallington, who is...
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Farmers State Bank pregame report here on NetSN. We're at the regional tennis meet, and here on the pregame program, we'll hear a little quick health update. We'll have our Ford Center Motor Company player talk and coach talk with JBA, and our Ray Jones Chevrolet keys to the game as we get ready for Jalen Postel's first round singles. And now, it's the counselor, Stephen Shires.
Will Blatchard knows a thing or two about baseball and softball. He's an old Rough Rider baseball player himself, so he understands that numbers are important. How about this for numbers? A 16-pound bag of ice for $1.75, or a 20-pound bag dumped right into your cooler. 25 cents gets you a gallon of filtered water. 75 cents, 5 gallons. How about that? Twice the ice.
All right, buddy, welcome back. So we're going to go ahead and turn it down to Chris Wallington. Chris, kind of where are we?
We are with Jalen on her first service game of the second set. She lost the first one 0-6. But this is the way it goes. Her Riley Michna from Taylor,
right,
the defending state champion, sophomore, and just all muscle and tomboy. Just tell by the way she walks. And she just hit the ball really hard, and if there hadn't been a fence in front of me, it would knock me out. And she managed to pass Jalen. So she's awfully good. Her service games have been dominant. Jalen, on the other hand, when she serves, has put up a good fight. In fact, right before we came on, Jalen from courtesy of Ace Hardware, aced the state champion with one of her serves. So, and that hasn't won a service game yet, but boy, they have looked very much like high-level tennis.
Right.
But Michna gets up to serve, and it just tips the scale. So, in the second set, Jalen lost, got broken. So now we are in 0-2 in the second set. And you get a chance to see this young lady from Taylor, this Michna girl, who we might hear from her at some point. She's 4A players do not usually go and do anything in college, but a 4A player that can dominate all competition as a freshman, maybe that's a different deal. Here is her second serve, and a very rare first game point I called, she double faults, so it's 15-all.
Maybe we should have got
Big
on
curve
earlier.
to Jalen's forehand. Oh, so much curve and spin on the putback that Jalen swung and missed and looked at me and giggled. I mean, Jalen's return was very clever, and it made the Taylor girl lunge for it, but then she had the weapon of the spin. 30-15, first serve is wide. For the most part, these two girls have been standing at the baseline, hitting at one another. To this point in the tournament, Jalen has been the best at that, but she's coming in number 2 here. Good serve. Jalen gets it back over to Jalen's backhand. She passes Taylor. Great shot. Great shot. Michna had a good deep backhand. Jalen had to go get it, so Michna comes to the net. She doesn't do that often, but Jalen managed to get pace on a backhand, clear across court, wins the point. It's 30-all. Maybe all she needed was our audience to try it. 30-all. It's the closest she's been in a service game. The way it's been is we've waited to see when Jalen hits a shallow shot. Usually if it's shallow, the big bomb comes. Fifth shot, back and forth. Okay. Mitch now hits the ball right at Jalen's feet. Jalen has to move and hits it a little bit too flush, goes out of bounds, forced error, and it's game point for Mitchna serving to the ad side. Big serve, hits the tee. Jalen gets it back to her backhand. Jalen gets it back. Good deep lob. Squares back up. Mitchna to Jalen. Jalen back to Mitchna to the forehand. A scoop. Oh, and the scoop had enough spin where it threw off Jalen's shot, and that's another thing. In addition to the pace, Mitchna has some. It's like a pitcher that it really is the fastball that everybody is scared of, but also has some stuff. Mitchna also has some stuff, so she wins that one 30. Jalen took 2 points, and so Jalen's best chance to do something is really here. As far as I know, Shires, Mitchna has not – I know she's not dropped a set at region. I don't think she's dropped a game. In her round 3 against the Gatesville player, she wins 6-0, 6-0. So you really don't know how good the Gatesville player is. Assuming that Jalen doesn't have the greatest comeback in the decade, she is going to be staring over at the third place game. And if the Taylor girl that Juliana that Jalen has already beaten, if that girl wins, then Jalen goes to state. But if that girl loses, Jalen still has to play for the winner take all, high stakes. So her trip to state, her ticket to state has not been punched yet. First serve is a good one. It's hot enough to where Mitchna hits it in the net. So 15 low. Jalen scores the first point. Second point, first serve goes in the net. This girl's so good, but so much pressure. If you do anything wrong, you're liable to pay for it. Right. Second serve is good, though, good and deep. Jalen returns with the forehand, and Mitchna moves Jalen all the way to the corner. Jalen gets it back, but it hits about 3 feet from the net, and here she comes. Has the whole court, finds the spot to the right corner. Perfect shot in the corner. Jalen can't get to it. It's a winner. Just wait for that shallow shot, and then Michna comes and makes you pay. 15-0. Good first serve. They trade forehands. Michna has another forehand. Backhand, Jalen's light. Michna moves around to her forehand, hits it in the corner. Jalen gets to it, but hits it too far back to the backhand. It was the right idea. Michna has a good backhand, but she does almost all of her really aggressive work with her forehand. So Jalen trying to keep that away from her, hit it just a little too far. Misses her first serve, down
30-15, right?
And the serve, second serve, she misses it. Trying to guide it. Okay, that was not 30-40.
No, that's going to be 40-15 now.
Yeah, right. That has 2 clean break points now. First serve right down the tee, good one, but just a little bit wide. Second serve. And there it is, good one, right on the back line. Trading forehands. Michigan gives one to Jalen's backhand, another big forehand to Jalen's backhand. Good backhand, another big forehand to Jalen's backhand. Forehand to Jalen's backhand. Right on the line. Well done. They're trading, continue to trade. Oh, Jalen has a drop shot. Michigan gets to it. Drop shot of her own. Jalen tries to put it by her to the backhand. Michigan's already there. Drops it for the win. That was a very good point. Jalen did everything right. Lost the point anyway. And that just you haven't seen that really with. Well, I guess we kind of did in the Burnett round when Sayre and Reese were on their game, and they did a lot of things right. Still weren't able to win the points because Burnett was just as a team in the right place at the right time. Okay, it is now the 4-0, and Michna. It's a serve, huge first serve. Jalen gets it back, but it's weak, and Michigan moves it over to her forehand. And Michigan actually looks kind of disappointed because although she wins the point, I don't think it was as clean as she wanted it to be. Big for a big serve. Jalen I didn't even have to move. It was just so big that her racket didn't get there in time. And it goes harmlessly to the court next door, and it is just like that, 30 love. Oh, take it back. Sorry, it's second serve. And Jalen had a chance to move her and just put it too far. On the second serve, she was moving it to the backhand, but missed it by about a foot. The right idea, but just missing it. At some point, you kind of lose your intensity when you hadn't won a game, and the right good ideas don't always get executed. First huge serve goes into the net. Second serve. And the second serve is good enough to where it pushes Jalen over to the corner. She hits the ball, but bounces it into the net. So a second serve win. Again, don't see that a lot. Second service winners, but this girl, that's part of her arsenal. Big serve. Jalen gets it back. It was too big. It was long. I'm behind the server, so hard to see that. Second serve. Jalen gets it back to the forehand, to Jalen's backhand, to Michna's forehand. Jalen's backhand, Michna's forehand. Jalen gets a forehand into the net. Because when she had the forehand, she had to try to make it work. So she takes, lower percentage shots. Turns out that Michna did lose the first point of the match, which to me, I thought it was in. So it is now game point. First serve was huge, but Jalen called it just wide. Second serve. Jalen gets a good forehand, moves Michna all the way off the court, and Jalen wins that one. It's a good second service return. So she's gotten 2 points from Michna serve. First serve, not all that big. Jalen forehand. Jalen backhand now to Michna, defensive. Forehand moves Michna around. She gets to it. Backhand from Jalen. Now they squared back up. Backhand to forehand. She makes Michna move in, and she moves in. I thought that was out. I would have called that out. Jalen called it in. And that is now 5-0 as they switch sides. I thought she got one, because I'm right here on the line where someone that would be calling the shot would be, if there were such thing as high school line judges. But oh well. Jalen's put up a good fight. She's one game away from elimination here in the championship round. The only good news is that if Michna wins one more, she'll be finished with the tournament and everybody else can play. Let's hear now from our friends at wherever we were, sir. I guess okay. Let's go with Texas Glacier Ice and Water. We'll be right back.
Portacool, with over 30 years of expertise, has made significant strides. In October, they introduced the Apex series, which is a breakthrough in the field of evaporative coolers. The Apex series is not only the coolest, both in terms of temperature and design, but you can also control it with your phone. Portacool, peak cooling, intelligent control.
Year in and year out, Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep has backed the riders. And year in and year out, Wright Chrysler is the place you go for the right vehicles, Jeeps, SUVs, cars, and trucks. Sales manager Jeff Baker and Chrysler and Rough Rider standout Greg Hubbard would love to set you up with the right vehicle at Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Go. All right, folks, we're back. Chris Wallington, have they taken the court yet?
Here we go. It's already down low 30 in her service game, second serve, and she's had 2 double faults. I think she checked it in during that last changeover. Coach was not available to talk to her. He was taking care of the doubles team that's starting to get started. They haven't started their match, but they're getting placed. So it's triple championship point for the girl from Taylor. First serve goes into the net, so Jalen has what could be just one more serve before she will then be waiting to see what happens in the other match. Here's her second serve and puts it away. Just a demanding, commanding performance by our defending state champion, who is now the defending back-to-back regional champion, as she defeats Jalen 6-0, 6-0. And hey, she put up a fight in the first set, early in the second with Jalen's own service. But at some point, Miss Michna just kind of broke her, and she's the only person in the tournament that knows exactly where she stands, as she will be going to state. Everybody else still working in all the other brackets. We'll visit about this match here in a little while. We won't call it a post-game show, but we'll just visit, because the doubles, which is really the more important of the two, because they're fighting for their state lives. Jalen's still very much in it, but our doubles team has to win this next one. We'll hear from sponsors, including Sabine State Bank, and we'll be right back here from the regional tournament, brought to you by Sabine State Bank.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name, and they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank. Does the national financial situation confuse you? What about your own? Wayne Christian Financial Services is where you turn. Wayne has spent a career answering these questions for clients, and his daughter, Eliza Christian Furman, does the same thing now. Join Wayne Christian's team at Wayne Christian Financial. If you're looking for land or a home in Shelby County, you go with Shelby County's real estate leader, Tammy Steptoe Realty. Judging from homes listed and homes sold, Tammy Steptoe leads the way in all of Shelby County. Check their listings on steptoerealty.com or give her or Kimberly Goodman a call. Tammy Steptoe Realty, where realty becomes reality. Wiggins Farms. You know, they call them the watermelon family, but the product from their farm when the melon's just a baby, all the way through to the harvest to your table. It's the juiciest, best melons available. Wiggins Farms, hat not included.
Right. All right, folks, we're back. It's time for our Wiggins Family Farms post-match wrap-up. That was shock and awe right there.
Yeah, that's what it was. And I was talking to Big E, Elliot, and he said, Chris, I'm just not that impressed with her. I'm not as impressed as Coach Dykes seemed to be. And I said, well, I'm not either, but that's because we're not tennis coaches. She's making it look easy, Big E. There's nothing to go ooh and ah about. She just wins every point just about and isn't breathing hard. It's just but enough pace to where Jalen never had many chances to do anything offensive. She just kept going to the backhand deep with pace, so Jalen kind of had to defensively put it as deep as possible and then waited for Jalen to kind of miss that to where it landed on the other side of the service line, and pow. She came up, she took care of it, and walked back like she was kind of bored. That's not particularly entertaining tennis, but it is dominant, shock and awe. Yeah, that's the way it goes. So let's figure out what Jalen has left to do. She will be watching it with interest across the way. I'm seeing the match from where I'm sitting. I guess that is court 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where the girl we've already met today is Juliana Garcia from Taylor, Michna's teammate. Their second seed is playing now against Casey Fitzer, Fitzer, from Gatesville, who earlier lost 6-0, 6-0 to Miss Michna. If Taylor can sweep, if Juliana is able to win this one, then Center's going to state with no further ado. But if Gatesville is the winner, then I believe this happened to her last year. I think she won round 3, but then lost 2 in a row and lost the playback and didn't get to go to state last year. But anyway, Jalen may be going to state. She may have to play the Gatesville girl. We'll see.
All right.
I guess that pretty much wraps it up from here, Mr. Tires. We'll move on to the next phase, which is round 4 in doubles.
And we are ready to go.
Let's take a break long enough to hear from some sponsors, and I'll go get myself in position. I got to walk across the place.
We'll do that.
Right back.
All right.
Your Wellington Shire's Pierce playoff sponsors include Wayne Christian Financial Services, plan with the professionals. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Portacool, when cool counts, and Tammy Steptoe Realty, where realty meets reality.
So, Billy Don, tell us about Brookshire Brothers.
Well, they got just about everything. Got good produce section, a fine meat market, and oh, that chicken. Winner, chicken dinner. And the pharmacist is great, and the people there make it worthwhile. They always got specials if you pay attention. And that manager, he's a nice fella. And the thing is, you can shop at Brookshire's day or night. A lot more night after daylight savings.
Brookshire Brothers Center.
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trips. Fun things to wear when you go outside. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the house warming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping and clothes for all year long, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place of East Texas. Covington Lumber and Building Supplies is in the capable hand of a third generation of Covingtons. For shingles for your roof, to carpet for your floors, to Farrell Calhoun paint for the walls, bathroom fixtures, and everything in between, Covington's has it, as well as all the lumber you can shake a stick at. Lumber for your home or for other fun projects. You find it all at Covington's.
All right, everybody, we are back. We've heard from our monthly sponsors, I think Ace Hardware, Brookshire Brothers, and Covington Lumber and Supply. They support all Rough Rider athletics, all the way from football season, all the way through this tennis regional tournament, basketball, baseball, and everything in between. Thank you to those folks. So, Chris Wallington, are you in place? Or are we still need
I am.
minutes? Okay.
I am just about in place, and I know what's going on.
Okay, I'll tell you, we're going to hear from
the
our
match.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
We're going to do our.
That's fine.
See, all of our tennis sponsors. We're going to get them in one big group, recognize them, and we'll be right back. You can give us kind of get everything set for this very crucial match coming up.
We say thank you to our Center Rough Rider tennis broadcast sponsors. They include Sharon Nelson Medical, Texas Glacier Ice and Water, Bounds Insurance, Center Glass, and Aurora Concepts.
All right, so Chris Wallington, we're ready to switch gears back to doubles competition. And so
Just underway.
Okay.
In the first game, Bullard served and held serve, so they won the first one. Now in the second game, Sayre Hall is serving, and it is deuce. In that second game, I'm taking my spot behind where Sayre is serving, and we'll start calling it from here. Good serve. Return just goes all the way back to the line. Sayre lobs it back. Another lob. Reese is able to get to it, but can't really do much with it. So Reese at the net puts a hard one. It's brought back to her. Reese gets it back to the up person, and it is a point for the Lady Riders as the two up players traded blows, and Reese wins that one. So this is a serve now for the game to try and even it up at 1-1 here in this first set. At stake is the loser is eliminated from the tournament. The winner then has to see how it goes in another match to see if there's still life. First one is default, second serve, high, easy, good return, but easy. Lob all the way back. Here comes the next good directional shot. Beautiful return by Sayre all the way in the corner, but the Bullard lady gets it back, runs it down, puts a good shot in, and gets it by both players. So had a chance to win that one, just missed it.
So we're back to deuce.
Minton and Crow. I believe I know who's who. So,
Right.
serving
So Minton and Crow are from Bullard. We believe
Bullard,
that we played this team earlier in the year and came out on top.
Came out on top. I think it was a competitive match, but did come out on top. So Sayre and the second deuce serve had a really good serve. It's called out. I don't think Sayre believed it. So actually, we would have lost the point double fault. No, sorry. She is serving to Crow. Second serve, and it's first serve, and it's long. I guess the first serve that I watched must have tipped the net. So here comes the actual second serve at deuce. Down the game, needing to win to stay on set. I'm on serve. Good backhand return, but Sayre gets it back. Oh, boy. A little baby return to Reese's feet. But Reese took the ball below the net without letting it bounce. I don't know if it was in or not. They high-fived one another, but I don't know if that was a high-five of it's okay or a high-five of actually it landed in. But I don't think it did. I think we are back now to deuce. Good serve. Gentle little lob return. Sayre hit it really right to the up person. It wasn't a good return, but the up person, I think that's Crow, netted it. So now, again, serving at ad. I believe this is the third time they have served for the game. This is the third ad to even up the match early going. Hey, Sayre just called the score loud enough for me to hear it. Very rare. Thank you, Sayre. First serve goes into the net. Here comes the second. Takes your time. And screw it up. Several dribbles. And just a little easy serve. A little easy return back. Makes her run for it. Now both are at the net. Oh, Sayre had ran a long way, got to the ball, and lofted it just about a half-inch wide. I would have liked to have seen that. Both girls at the net. It would have been hard for Crow to do anything. Now serving at deuce to Minton. Brooke Minton, Minton. Okay, good serve. Little dinky return. Sayre gets it back. Okay, tries the alley, didn't work. Reese got it, but they get it back. Reese gets a chance to hit it again. They get it back with a lob. Sayre lobs it back. Oh, Reese is coming in, makes a drop shot, and it's what was needed. Reese saw that one and went for it. That's so 4 times now they win the service to Brooke. And 3 times they've lost the service to Aaliyah Crow. It's the 4th game point. Add in. And the serve off of her back foot. I think she probably didn't like that toss, but tried it anyway. Second serve. Boom. Easy serve. Ooh, big return right at Reese, but Reese gets it back, and they finally get it. That's just amazing. 3 times Crow had little gentle returns of serves. When she finally goes for it down the alley with a really aggressive shot, reflexively, Reese catches it and scores with it. So 1-1. It took a long time to get there, but we're still on serve. And now it looks like it will be Crow to serve, the brunette. What they look like on the left. Reese just looked at me and nodded her head and shook her head like, man, long game. Okay, here comes Crow, serve into Reese. Good serve, little back, little far. Second serve, about like the first one. Good return by Reese. She goes up, comes in, puts the second shot right at the up man at Minton, and it's over. But Reese didn't play. She didn't mess around with the return or the second shot. Aggressively done by Reese Cockrell, and they've taken the first point from Bullard, an old district foe of the Rough Riders, both in football and in tennis. Good serve. Sarah gets it back to the backhand. Oh, okay. So Crow wanted to go cross court with a backhand and did, just way too far cross court. So they win the first two, and it's love 30, advantage Riders. Bullard is in white, basically T-shirts, like a basketball shirt, tank top, with blue and red letters and black skirts. Both of them have black caps and a red bow in their hair. First serve, no good. Double faults. So it's a triple break point. This one to Sayre. Serve is long. And next serve, it's a good serve. Backhand return from Sayre goes to Crow's backhand, and a really aggressive backhand. Kind of decided that she was going to force the action, and it worked. As her second backhand catches Sayre unaware, and it's 15-40. Two more break points for the Lady Riders. First serve in the net. But there's not a whole lot difference between the first and second serve from Crow. Good second serve to the backhand. And Reese kind of unprepared for that. I mean, they're supposed to let up off, but didn't. It was not a shot Reese had to stretch for. It just came at her really fast, and her backhand bounced into the net. So they've made up two of those points. One more break point, 30-40. This one to Sayre. Good serve. Sayre gets it back off the backhand, and what a fortuitous backhand it was. It barely made it over the net. The Minton didn't think it was going to get there. Watched it bounce over the net, and out of surprise, didn't have any time to make the play. So they break. And so just like that, down one, they come back, roaring back, win the next two, and they're up a break in the first. It's 2-1 center in this all-important round 4 match. We'll hear from some tennis sponsors, and we'll be back to this regional tournament brought to you by Sabine State Bank.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Texas Glacier is proud to partner with Center Rough Rider Tennis because if you're playing tennis, you're working up a thirst. And with thirst, you can't beat Texas Glacier. How about their 8-step filtering and reverse osmosis process for their water, or their clean and clear package ice, or their Squincher sports drink? Texas Glacier and Rough Rider Tennis.
Sparky D's Bargain Store. Who are we? We're an online auction store. You'll find us on Facebook only. We're located in Center, Texas. Check us out as we have auctions going on right now. It's Sparky D's Bargain Store, an online auction store that can save you lots of money. Go check out our page, bid on items you like, and save yourself a lot of money. It's Sparky D's Bargain Store. Facebook only, located in Center. At Sparky D's Bargain Store, we'll save you more.
All right, folks, welcome back. Riders up 2-1 here in the first set in this, I call it the opening playback round, but it's really the consolation or the third place spot to get a shot to play at that playback game that could possibly come up next. So, Chris Wallington, have they started the game number 4 yet?
Just did. Reese Cockrell. What do you call a serve that's not an ace? Because all your opponent was able to do was just kind of
get a racket on
touch it, but not enough to even slow it down. What do you call that?
I think it's got a name. I'll try to remember what that is, but it's, you just say they just got it. It was such a good one. All they could do is get a racket on it.
That's how we began with Reese. Her first serve just almost an ace. Second serve stretched.
Okay. I got to step away for about 10 seconds.
All right, good deal. The second point, the serve stretched Crow so far that all she could do was get it back over the net, and Sarah Hall put it away with a major kill. In the third, the second serve is good, and Crow gets a good return. Sarah gets it back, but Minton gets the alley. I wasn't sure that it was going to land in, but it did. So 3-15. Reese serving to Crow. Good serve, but a huge return. Sarah swings and misses, but Reese gets it back. She puts one, Minton gets it back. Another one to the up person, Minton puts it in the net. Unforced error. 2 in a row to from Reese to the backhand, up to the close net to Brooke Minton, who's pretty close to the net, and unforced error. And so it is 40-15. Double game point for Reese, serving now to Brooke Minton. The two Bullard girls having an urgent visit. Here comes to serve. Oh, that's an ace. And the best kind of ace. It wasn't an ace because it was unbelievably fast. It landed close to the net, right at the left-hand line. All you can do is look at it and go, good job. Now the serve to Sarah. Good serve. Sarah gets it back. A put away from Crow, but somehow or another, Reese gets it back. A put away from Sarah. Crow gets her racket on it, but it doesn't go over. Well, Sarah Hall saved that one. I do not know how she managed to keep that ball moving.
All right, so I'm back. Walter, what is our score in the game?
Just won the service game on a beautiful, quick reaction.
So we're at
play
3-1?
by Sarah Hall. So we were at 3-1, and I just looked away to check something and didn't see how they 15-30 in the second game. I heard her say. And Minton is a hard server, but her second serve, gentle little thing, backhand from Sarah, over to Minton. Minton makes Sarah pay for it, but Sarah gets to it. Now the question is, on the little easy shot that Sarah just put back and that Crow put away, did it land in or out? I'll have to hear. 15-40, it was out. So this is double break point as she hits to Reese. The first one's too far. Second serve. And in. Backhand from Reese. Oh, I don't think it was going to go in, but poor Crow didn't know that. So she puts her racket on it, and it is just like that. A win. They break the serve at 15. And that makes the score, Mr. Shires, 4-1. What started 0-1, Centers won 4 in a row. A game that took forever. The second game. The first win. But then after that, the wins have come a lot more easily. We have time for an ad?
Sure. What do you want to? What do you want to?
One of those tennis sponsors. Okay. I want to hear from.
We're going to hear from Sharon Nelson. Is she still there? Or did she have to go back?
Yeah, I don't see her today. I think she may be listening. So hello, right. Sharon.
So we're going to hear from Sharon Nelson.
Hi, are you tired of the high cost of medical care? Tired of insurance that doesn't want to do anything for you? Don't have any insurance? I'm Sharon Nelson, a family nurse practitioner. I see patients of all ages for very low cash prices. For physicals, illnesses, labs, refills of medications, chronic disease management, male and female exams, suturing, joint injections, minor surgeries. Come see me, Sharon Nelson at Nelson Family Practice, 420 Tennaha Street, across from the Dairy Queen and Center. Se habla un poquito español.
Have you sustained a bone joint, struggling with mobility, chronic pain?
Nobody wants to be sick.
Bulletin, bulletin, bulletin. The best in insurance coverage, Bounds Insurance and Center, is now a part of the Rough Rider athletic family, proudly carrying Rough Rider tennis and providing insurance coverage for East Texas for over 50 years. Bounds Insurance says go Center Tennis and go Sarah.
All right. So here we are, 4-1.
We got to change that ad. It's not Go Sarah anymore. That was the middle kid.
Yeah.
Now it's Go Youngest.
Yes.
So on the first serve, Sarah, good serve, and after 3 exchanges, Bullard hits theirs too far, and Center wins the first point. 15 love, up 4-1 in the first. And first serve is in the net and too far to the left. She'll try it again. Good. But a really good return right to Reese's feet. How did she get that back? She does. A defensive shot over to Sarah Hall from Brooke Minton. And all she could do was just kind of get it back. Sarah put her feet together, tried to hit the winner, and just pushed it too far to the right. So that'll be 15 all. One of those did everything right and then just didn't quite execute the shot. 15 all. Okay, Sear is serving into the deuce court to Brooke Minton and hits the tape, but I think it went in. So like first serve again, I think. Yeah, first again. Good one to the forehand, back to Sarah, who squares up and puts her way across, makes Minton search for it, stretch for it. It's an opportunity for Reese to put it away, and she does. I mean, it wasn't a complete winner. Cook was able to get her racket on it, but there was really nothing she could do with it. Reese has been the aggressor in the first set when Sarah's played well, but Reese has played with a chip on her shoulder. It's 40-15, I believe. This is double game point. First serve goes in the net. No, I'm sorry, it's 30-15. The serve goes in. The return is deep. I am assuming that Sarah's serve was in. Yes, it is 40-15. 2 game points to go up 5-1. First serve, no good. Serving to Minton in the deuce court. And second serve is good. Minton's backhand tries to get it by Reese. Reese gets to it. But hits the Crow, back to Reese. Back to Crow, across it. Crow gets to it, but can't get it back over the net. The 2 net players playing angle ball, and Reese got the better angle on the third shot. And so they win that one with just a depth play from Cockrell at the net. Mr. Shires, really well done. Wish you could have seen that one. And it's 5-1 with Crow serving to Reese now, and Bullard in trouble. Of course, they did this in the last match, too. They lost to China Spring 6-1, but in the second set, Chang back, tied them up, and lost in a tiebreaker, 3-7 in the tiebreaker, and that's what put them in the consolation bracket. But they didn't get off to a good start, but they came back strong. While I was making that explanation, a 2-shot exchange. Finn, a Crow shot landed in, so 15 love. Sayre has 2 good forehand returns of serve, gets it back to Crow, who tries to put it right at Reese and goes too low into the net. I think if it had gone over, Reese would have put that away anyway. I don't know what she was thinking. 15 all. Serve to Reese, a little bit long, second serve. Sayre lines up right at the tee when she's playing up. Second serve in the net, double fall, so an easy point. And Reese does the same thing. She doesn't get quite as close to the tee as Sarah does, but they cover the middle. That's something that Coach has them coached to do. Serve to Sarah. It's a good serve. Sarah gets a really good return. And all Crow can do is lob it, and it's a lob, but it doesn't get very far past the net. It bounces, and it's an easy put away for Reese. Good serve. Reese chops the serve back to Crow. Crow back to Cockrell. Cockrell back to Crow. Crow back to Cockrell. Now she tries to change it, tries to go to the up man. Up man is ready for it. Brooke Minton gets her racket on it, puts it past Sarah, so Bullard makes a good point. They win that one. 30-40 is the count. A set point for center. Break point, set point. Second serve. Good one to the backhand. Sarah makes a good return. Oh, and Crow had her chance. As Reese moved to the left, she went down the alley, but went too far, and it lands out of bounds, and that will be the first set for center. They'll go up 1-0 in this round 4 match. Before we go to ad and hear from Sabine State Bank, who brings us both days of this exciting action with these two teams from center, Jalen Postel, who is waiting to see if she's going to state or not, or if she's going to have to play for it. I may go check on that here between sets. Yeah. And then our two girls here lost in round 3, but in complete command in round 4. If they win this, they have third place. In any other sport, and even next year, winning third place means you go to state. It's the third seed. But for one more year, only 2 people go to state. So they are hoping to win and then get a chance to play China Spring. If China Spring loses the championship match, for the right to go to state. Jalen's hoping she doesn't have to play. The doubles team hopes they do. Jalen hopes she doesn't. I'm going to check on the score, which Jalen is waiting to see if she will have a chance. Or if she gets to just pass into... Okay, it's one set is over, and it's early second set. These girls are so close together, but I don't know which is which. It's 3-2. Somebody is leading in the second set. I want to see if our assistant coach, Coach Munchak, knows. I doubt she does. She's been watching our girls, but maybe she does. Tell you what, man, let's hear from Sabine State Bank, and then when we come back, I'll let you know, all right?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name, and they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank.
At Aurora Concepts, our team of doctors and advanced practice providers are highly trained and qualified in family medicine. We strive to provide our patients guidance towards the healthiest lifestyle possible. We offer a full spectrum of family medicine, including scheduled appointment, mobile vaccine units, sports physicals, and walk-in visits with no appointment. We accept all major insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we also have the most competitive self-pay rates in the area. For highly trained expert care in East Texas, choose Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
All right, welcome back. See if we got an update from Chris Watkins where we stand in the potential Postel, whether she's gonna her ticket gets punched or she's gonna have to do some more work.
Juliana Gonzalez won the first set, and in the second set she is serving, but she's down 2-3. So it's very much up for grabs. But the good news is that it's a close match, and so you would feel like if Jalen does have to play another one, that she would have a very, very good chance of winning, but hopefully she won't have to. We're rooting for Taylor in this match. And our girls are probably back underway, but I wanted to take a quick glance over here at the doubles game, and it is what I figured. I'm assuming that green is Burnett. They have won the first set, and whoever won the first set is also up 3 games love in the second set. So
right.
I'm assuming that's Burnett is green over here, Coach. All right, so it's working out pretty much like it needs to for center right now with our doubles team leading, taking care of all they can control. And Jalen's opponent is taking care of business, as at least to some degree. Maybe she won't have to play another one. And it looks very much like if our doubles team of Sarah Hall and Reese Cockrell can continue their momentum, they'll have a chance to play China Spring to go to state. So yeah, this is going to be a 3-round day for Center Tennis and for Rough Rider broadcast team, I think.
How the old vocal cords doing, Chris Wallace?
Oh, I'm doing a lot of whispering. I'm not having to talk loud. It's good.
All right. Do we hear from another sponsor while you are getting in place? Or are you ready?
That'd be good. And then we'll start the second set here with Reese and Sarah when we come back.
We're going to hear from Pizzeria. I got a funny thing about Pizzeria to tell you.
Perfect.
Well, that didn't work, Chris Wallington. For some reason, even though we've been playing Pizzeria ads on this thing for several weeks now.
For most of our lives.
Yeah, I will fix it. But
last night. Okay, though. Let's just tell me what you like from Pizzeria.
Well, no, it's not that. No, last night, Jason Locke and I were broadcasting the softball playoff game, and we played the Pizzeria ad, and we're playing. We both just looked at each other and said, "Man, that really sounds good." And we come back, on, and we talk about it for 5 minutes. Locke is going, "Man, I got to have some pea salad."
Yeah, that's I'm not a pea salad guy, but my wife is. My mother was. It's been good for an awfully long time.
Yeah. And so we didn't roll back into town in time, but if we had, I promise you, we would have run by the Pizzeria and picked one up to
go. Just not too far from Pizzeria is Forge Gym, and we appreciate all year long. Danbert Collin has supported Rough Rider broadcast and Rough Rider athletics by letting us brag on him at least once every time we do a broadcast. So thank you, Danbert. Check out the Forge if you want to get in shape, if you want to become the best version of you. Danbert can help you do that. One game into the second set, and Center served, and they won. So it's 1-0, second set. Now Bullard, Minton serving to Reese, and it's deep, second serve coming. Have a big men's doubles game next door. Had to wait for the ball to clear. Good serve. A good return by Reese. She made Brooke go all the way to the corner off the court. And Sarah did what she was supposed to do. She got in place. The ball came to her, but had to stretch for it. And she framed the shot, and it did not go where she wanted it to go. So actually a pretty good defensive shot there by Minton, by Brooke Minton from Bullard. So 15-all. The serve to Sayre, a little bit deep. Here comes the second serve. And that one just a little bit long. And so Bullard wins the first game, holds serve, and Sayre on her first serve. In the second game, the game lasted 4 deuces until finally Center took it. And then it's been Katie bar the door. Center's won every game since. First serve to Reese in the net. Second serve, timid. Reese gets it back. Forehand to Minton, and she changed her mind halfway through her swing on what she was going to do. It hit the fence, almost got above my head where I'm sitting. So I never stood a chance, and an easy point for the Lady Riders. And their sharp looking outfits with their purple front, backs gray, and gold stripe boots all the way around it in their white skirts. Good serve, good backhand from Minton. Reese steps forward, has the shot, and it looked good to me, but both of the Bullard Lady Panthers called it out. So I think it's 30-all now as they're serving to the deuce court. And that one was aimed, the serve was aimed right for that right-hand corner, but it was just outside of it. Almost a great serve, but instead second serve. Easy serve to the forehand. Big forehand. I take that back. Reaches forehand, not that big, and Crow steps in front of the return and powers it past Sayre, who all she can do is just kind of protect herself. So an aggressive point from the Lady Panthers, and they have a game point here as they serve to Sayre, up 40-30. In the net, second serve. Serve is so shallow that Sayre has to run up, puts it to the backhand, and the backhand return from the server Brooke into the net, and it's deuce. That return had worked. It would have put Sayre in a bind. He was really running fast towards that shot, but it didn't. First serve to the backhand of Reese is good. She gets back, though. Brooke at the net gets to Sayre. Sayre gets it back. Back to Crow at the net. Perfectly placed. The ball lands and bounces, and all Crow can do, you hate it in doubles. You're at the net, Shires, and the ball gets across the net and bounces. Mm-hmm. And you're at the net, and now the ball is below the net.
It becomes a very difficult shot.
No offensive options, and so that's what happened. And when Bullard put that shot up, center made him pay. It's deuce again. First serve. Serving to Sayre. Hinton to Hall. Ooh, way to her left. Missed by 2 or 3 feet to the left, so second serve. So Sayre's right. Second serve, very gentle, like a badminton shot. Sayre comes up to the net, lobs it over their heads, but out of the court. And that is add. I had lost track. That was the game. As Sayre now will serve. So a couple of deuces, but even though Bullard had the right idea on the lob, it didn't quite land in, and it's now 2-0 in the second set. 6-1, 2-0 for center. Good serve by Sayre. Nice little lob return. Oh, beautiful. Sayre goes on the alley. Oh, but Brooke Minton comes over and manages to field it. Really heads up shot. So it goes back to Sayre. Should have tried it again, and it didn't work. Yeah, it's rare that you get the alley, but your back court player is able to get to it.
Yeah.
Happened there for Bullard. Love 15, advantage Bullard. Sayre serve, lands in, forehand. Reese goes up for it. Puts it down, but puts it down very softly. Huge forehand to Reese. She reacts to it. It goes forever in the air and lands in. Right. I mean, everybody waited to see where it would land. It was just a reaction shot, and it landed in. Any gust of wind would have taken it out. So the gods loved that shot and smiled on center. 15. So taking her time. The game next to him brought the ball too close to her, so she waited for them to get it now. Her serve goes to the net, second serve. Again, taking her time. Here's the serve. It's an easy one to the forehand. And Brooke Minton just put it in the net. I mean, an easy second serve that bounced in, was put in the lower part of the net. Just a mental mistake and an easy, kind of unearned point for the Lady Riders. 30-15, first serve now. This is to Crow. First serve in the net. See what she decides to do. If it would be a pity pat second serve. She doesn't always do that. Yeah, pity pats it. Shot return to Reese. Reese puts it to the up man. Up man gets it back. Reese gets past her the second time, but Crow gets to it. Crow gets to it. Sarah puts it back to Brooke Minton, who lunges for it at the net, and it goes long. Good playing by the Lady Riders, making it difficult and challenging, and Bullard had the right idea, but just couldn't quite execute. So here we go. Chance for another win. Game point. Serve is good. Return is good. Sayre puts it across the way. It's a difficult return. Minton gets it over the net. Reese has a lot of choices. Oh, and puts it in the net. Puts it in the net. Had too many choices, and then I think choice overlord. Waiting for the call. 30. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 30. It's 30-40. Good serve, good return. And Sayre says, go in alley. Sayre hits the alley. And that's the game. I didn't know if it was 30-40 or 40-30. I couldn't understand it, but that's the way to win a game, Shires. Is go for the alley and have it land right on the white where the 90-degree angle is, right in the back. Mm-hmm. Well, Shires' complete domination by the Lady Riders to this point. It is 3-0 second set. They've already won the first one 6-1 and complete control here. So I'm going to encourage you to play some ads from our playoff sponsors, and I'm going to take a walkabout to see what else is going on that affects the Lady Riders.
We'll do it.
Your Wellington Shires Pierce playoff sponsors include Wayne Christian Financial Services, plan with the professionals. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Portacool, when cool counts, and Tammy Steptoe Realty, where realty meets reality.
So, Billy Don, tell us about Brookshire Brothers.
Well, they got just about everything. Got good produce section, a fine meat market, oh, that chicken. Winner, chicken dinner. And the pharmacist is great, and the people there make it worthwhile. They always got specials if you pay attention. And that manager, he's a nice fella. And the thing is, you can shop at Brookshire's day or night. A lot more night after daylight savings.
Brookshire Brothers Center.
The games have never been bigger this fall, and whether you're rooting for the Cowboys or Texans, or you hook 'em, gig 'em, or wreck 'em, don't you deserve to watch them in style? So just a reminder that Blake Furniture saves you money on everything you need to make these the best game watching days ever.
Does the windshield of your car have any damage of any kind? Do any of your home's windows need repairing? Whether it's a scratch or a crack, the people at Center Glass want you to know that they are the people to call for these problems. Go to Center Glass.
You ready to come back?
Repair needs of all kinds.
All right.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Chris Walton, we've been going on gathering some information. What have you found out?
I walked around the corner and saw Burnett win their last point. They win easily, either 6-0, 6-1, or 6-0, 6-0. Not sure which. So it's all set up. Burnett is going to state. China Spring is looking over to see if maybe Bullard will win. And it's for China Spring, very likely they're going to have to play center for that qualification game. And that's the stressful one. not really the championship. The championship game, you want to win the championship, but the stressful one is, do you get to go to state? Meanwhile, in the singles game over here, for Jalen Postel, Jalen has just become the world's biggest fan of the Taylor second seed. Juliana Garcia just wins her match. So we got a state competitor, and I have her in my sights. Even though there is tennis going on, I'm going to talk to the state competitor.
All right, let's do that.
Hey, you're going to state.
I am going to state.
Have you ever watched a game with more interest than this one?
Not really.
That was cool. But it was close.
Yes. Somewhat.
Somewhat. Yeah, I mean, she won the first set and then was behind in the second. Am I right?
Yes, she was.
She
came back and kicked butt.
I'm glad. So you have to give her a high five.
I will. I told her to kick butt after I beat her. So.
Well, yeah, and that's nice. That's nice of you. So now Burnett is going to state. Mention is the girl that beat you from Taylor's going to state. You're going to state. And as far as I know, those are the only three that we know for sure in the whole tournament. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How about that, Shire? We got a state competitor.
Excellent. Of course.
And it also means that we will not have to split games when we are congratulations. I just congratulated Coach. I knew before Coach did. Well done. Okay, so kind of exciting. When we left the doubles, Center was leading 3-0 in the second set. While I walk back there, go ahead and play the ad of her choice. And
no, we're going to hear from Center Motor Company, which brings us our player talk.
Yeah, perfect. All right, good job.
Center Motor Company. From whatever angle you look at it, you see Ford. Ford trucks, SUVs like the Bronco, and iconic cars like the Mustang. A legacy managed by Kevin Jones and created by Ray Jones. Center Motor Company on Hurst Street in Center.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Covington Lumber and Building Supplies is in the capable hand of a third generation of Covingtons. For shingles for your roof, to carpet for your floors, to Farrell Calhoun paint for the walls, bathroom fixtures, and everything in between, Covington's has it, as well as all the lumber you can shake a stick at. Lumber for your home or for other fun projects. You find it all at Covington's.
All right, everybody, welcome back.
No, for the third place.
So Chris Wallington is making his way back to the doubles match and see if we can't get an idea of where we are. Last we left it was 6-1, 3-love, but that was some time ago. I bet they've got a game or two past that at this point.
Center broke serve, and it's 4-0, and they're serving now in the fifth game. I don't know what the score is of the game, but the count is up a set and 4-0 in the second. Now, the best point from Bullard of the whole day just happened is a aggressive return of service. It just blistered right past both center players, and not because center was out of position. It was just a perfect shot.
Right.
So, but Reese is now serving into the deuce court. And I don't know that they know that Burnett has won. I know they probably figured that, but I don't know if they know officially yet. They are 2 games away from a playback to go to state. And you can't really tell much about their opponent because both of us were completely dominated by Burnett. So,
right.
Reese serving to the head court. And what an unusual point. I don't even know what happened. I don't know who won the point. Reese served, and they don't know what's happened. Crow returned it. It barely went over the net, and Sayre, who didn't think it was going over the net, took a big swing at it and missed. Reese then came up and barely poked it over, and it went to Minton, who had an easy put away, and she put it away completely outside. She just wasted it, but it was a point that she thought she needed to hit. And so after a discussion, I think it was decided that Bullard wins the point, which means they win their first game. So it is now Center 4-1 against Bullard in the second set. 2 games away from a chance to play China Spring to join Jalen Postel as contestants at the state tournament. What an interesting day here at the regional tournament here in Rudder High School in Bryan, Texas, brought to you by Sabine State Bank. We'll be right back.
Your Wellington Shire's Pierce playoff sponsors include Wayne Christian Financial Services, plan with the professionals, Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Portacool, when cool counts, and Tammy Steptoe Realty, where realty meets reality. Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with Best of Nacogdoches and Best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Matthews Realty, going above and beyond is what's expected. This is agency owner Colin Matthews. Our team of seasoned real estate professionals believe in giving their clients an advantage in any real estate transaction. Matthews Realty has a reputation of highly personalized service. Matter of fact, it's our #1 priority. From commercial and residential properties, poultry farms to beach rentals, our team works hard so you don't have to.
Call Matthews Realty at 598-7800 or visit MatthewsRealty.com.
All right, welcome back. We believe it's 4-1 here. Going in, it's going to be our serve, Chris Wellington?
No, it's Bullard serving. It's Minton serving to Reese at 4-1 in the second. Easy serve. Oh, beautiful by Reese. The serve got there so slowly that Crow had to commit. She moved to the middle of the court. Reese put it easily into the alleyway, and it's an easy winner for Reese at the net. So it's Love 15 advantage Lady Riders. Now Minton serving to the ad court and Sayre Hall. First serve way long. I think Bullard's getting tired, but he sneaks the second one in. Good return back to Minton. Minton had a good setup on backhand, hit it with pace, but hit it to the net. If it had gotten over, it would have been a difficult shot for Reese, who was standing right in front of it. Okay. There's the serve. It's way wide. It's low. Good second serve. Big, well, not an efficient return from Reese. Reese puts it back to Minton, who has a choice. He decides to hit it back to Reese, but Sayre was all over that, saw it coming, stepped in front of it, and walloped it into the corner for another point. This is Love 40. I think it's Love 40. Serve, big serve, but it went closer to Reese than to Sayre. Second serve. Babies it over. Sayre comes up, places it, backhand, lob. Sayre gets to it, but frames it. So that point will go to Bullard. Probably would have been able to let that one bounce and get behind it and set up and attack it. But, I mean, it's easy for me to say. Not sure if it was that clear cut, so she decided to try to field it in the air. First serve to Reese is long. Here comes the second one. To the forehand. She chops it into the corner, gets there, and okay, Minton gets the ball back to Reese. Reese sizes it up and hits a killer right into the net, pops up, and lands on the center side. The gods chose Bullard on that one. Serving now to Sayre. And I thought there might be a let, but it wasn't called by Reese, so it was a hard serve, and Sayre sends it out of bounds. So the only chance was for there to be a let, and there wasn't. A good serve by Minton to Hall, and they've won enough to where they have deuced it up. It's deuce. Good serve to the backhand. Reese not ready for it, and they put it in the net. So Lady Panthers have won 4 in a row, and they really need to. A lot at stake here for them. Their hopes are fading, but they won the last game and have won 4 consecutive points. First serve to Sayre on their ad. It's no good. Second serve returned by Sayre in the air. A little lob return to Reese. Reese makes him pay. Minton goes and grabs it. This one is going to be easy for yes. Reese puts it on the other side of the court. The first one could have been a put away, but Minton went and hustled and got it back, but just enough for where Reese could do the job twice. It's deuce. And what's at stake is if the Lady Riders can win this one, they'll be serving for the match and for the official right to try to win a trip to Austin, or to state. It's not in Austin. First serve again in the net. Here comes the second one to Reese. No pace at all. Backhand and back to the server is good. There's the lob. Reese going to get it, but it's a little bit long. It's out. If it hadn't been, that would have been a challenging one to get back. It would have been one of those over-your-shoulder shots. Almost perfect, but instead it is break point for Sayre Hall. Serve just a little bit long to the backhand. Second serve into the forehand, and Sayre chops it and tops it wide. She was trying to push it so gently so that Minton was going to have to go get it, but not enough pace to be a winner. But unfortunately, it was about an inch too far, and even though they didn't like the call, coach was over there and he said, yeah, it was out. But he put that controversy to rest. Good serve. Reese gets it back to the up man. Oh, Crow had a chance to win the point, but Sayre got it back. Nicely done. Here comes the lob back to Sayre, who steps up and puts it away. So Sayre played defense and offense, and bam, just like that, almost immediately. And Minton is serving. This time, Sayre gets her chop into the right spot. It goes to Cockrell. Cockrell chops it to Crow. Crow gets it back. Sayre gets it back. Who puts it away? Good point. And Crow had the advantage. I mean, with the advantage of being the aggressor, and she was 2 for 2 on aggressive shots. Second one wins. It's deuce again. Third deuce. 4-1 in the second set. Long, wide first serve. She just hadn't got any of these first serves in at all. A little ginger second serve. Reese gingers it back. Shot across over to Reese. Hits it to the up man. Up man puts it in the net. That's the aggressive choice. If you can't hit it away from them, hit it to the up person with such pace that it gets below the net and they can't do anything. That's exactly what happened. And this is a third ad for Sayre and the Lady Riders. First serve is no good. So here comes the little dinky second serve that both girls having trouble really dealing with. Sayre lobs it back to the backhand. Lob backhand to Sayre. Out, and that ends the game. And they break. They go up 5-1 with a chance to serve for the match. One more game. They've won They lost the first one, and then they have now won 11 of the last 12. The Bullard team, with their black visors and red bows blowing in the wind, having a spirited conversation. I mean, it's a good one. They're not scolding one another. It's just a, come on, we can do this. Come on, come on. We'll see. Sarah Hall to serve for the match. First serve just a little long, right there on the corner, but just a tad long. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, counting me, center fans here to watch this. Not bad on a Saturday morning. That has now turned to a Saturday afternoon. Good serve. Return to Sayre's backhand. She decides to go for it, and it lands in. Oh, wow. The backhand to the far right-hand corner, and it falls in. Really good shot. 15 love. 3 shots away now from the match. Serving to Crow. Good serve. Crow hits a huge forehand return. I don't think Sayre thought that was going to come with such pace. Had to back up, hits it all the way off the court to Coach. Throws a nice fastball to Sayre. 15-0. Crow has a lethal forehand when she decides to use it. This serve is ad court to Minton. Good serve. Backhand back to Sayre. Playing the angle, but missed the angle. Just wide right, and it's 30-15. There we go. First serve. A little long to the backhand. To the forehand. And even though it was long, Crow hit a beautiful forehand. Second serve. It's an easy serve with a top spin backhand that I think was more of a framed accidental backhand from Crow. It went over the net and bounced backwards. And that's when I don't think you can do that on purpose. And it ended up being the perfect accident for the point. Sayre can't get to it, and it's 30-all. Don't you love that when you're playing tennis and you do something ridiculous and it works?
Yes. It's tricky to put enough spin on it to knock it over the net, have it bounce, and have it go back across.
That's awesome. Good first serve. With good return, deep all the way to Sayre. She gets it back. Big at-net play by Crow, but Sayre gets it back. Cochran with a chance, puts it down. Not going to be a winner, and Minton puts it back to Cockrell. Cockrell has to chase it, and she misses the shot. She frames it, and so it really a well-played point by Bullard. They managed to stay on the offense. Good defense. 4 different returns by center, but
it's break
Bullard
point
has
now, right?
A break point. That's right. It's just 30-40. To the hard returning Crow. And there it goes. First service hits tape, falls down. Second serve. Second serve to the backhand. Good cross backhand to Sayre. Reese reaches forward to okay, that's it points over. Reese reached for the backhand after Crow returned it. She was at the net, and she really shouldn't have. I thought she missed it, but her racket hit it, so the point was over almost before it started. And so they Bullard gets a break late in the game. It was 5-1, and after a deuce, it is 5-2 as Bullard lives to fight another game. And they will be serving to go 5-3 when we come back. Let's hear from a sponsor, and I'll be glad to hear who you choose. This is the regional tournament brought to you by Sabine State Bank.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name, and they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank. Does the national financial situation confuse you? What about your own? Wayne Christian Financial Services is where you turn. Wayne has spent a career answering these questions for clients, and his daughter, Eliza Christian Furman, does the same thing now. Join Wayne Christian's team at Wayne Christian Financial. If you're looking for land or a home in Shelby County, you go with Shelby County's real estate leader, Tammy Steptoe Realty. Judging from homes listed and homes sold, Tammy Steptoe leads the way in all of Shelby County. Check their listings on steptoerealty.com or give her or Kimberly Goodman a call. Tammy Steptoe Realty, where realty becomes reality. Year in and year out, Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep has backed the riders. And year in and year out, Wright Chrysler's the place you go for the right vehicles, Jeeps, SUVs, cars, and trucks. Sales manager Jeff Baker and Chrysler and Rough Rider standout Greg Hubbard would love to set you up with the right vehicle at Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
We are?
We are back.
We're back. That's good. Okay. Well, Bullard has, I think, the right person to serve if they, for to try to avoid elimination. Is Crow has a good first serve and a better second serve than Minton does. She won her first serve, 15-love. Second serve now to Stair, and she double faults. Hit both of them just wide right, so it's 15-all. But yeah, Crow's first serve is probably another, degree faster than her partners, 5-10 miles an hour. But her second serve is too. It's not really a pity pat. Didn't quite get it over. Hit the top right in the middle of the net. Second serve, it hits the top, and because it hits the top, it's scooted wide. If it didn't hit the top of the net, it would have been a nearly perfect serve. I don't think Sarah would have been able to even come close to it, but since it hit the top of the tape, it jumped a little bit to the left and went wide. So it's 15-30 advantage Lady Riders. And her first serve goes high and wide. Second serve. Oh, man. Poor thing. After winning the first point, 3 consecutive double faults. That puts it at 15-40.
This is
double
match point.
Break point, double match point. And this one, she kind of chopped, but it was a little bit long. Close, but long. Second serve. And it's long too. 4 consecutive double faults, and she clouds up and starts crying. Shires. I just hate that.
Oh yeah, it happens though. It happens to everybody.
I know it, but you internalize it. This is my fault, and it's not. The last 4 points were, but there's no way to blame. Logically, what you're feeling emotionally. But for the Lady Riders, it's good news. They win 6-1, 6-2 in the third place round, and we're fortunate enough to have Burnett defeat China Spring. So China Spring and Center both are 1-1 on the day. One of them will be 2-1 in about an hour. We're going to and say are on the way to the scorer's table, where maybe I can grab a quick visit with them. It will not be a Wiggins Farms postgame show, just a Wiggins Farms postgame report as we will kind of get ready for this last big elimination round. So that's coming up soon. We'll be right back with our interview in just a moment.
What is the best way to communicate to the people that you want to communicate to? You put a sign in your yard. Find them on Cascade Drive, the Sign Shop, Center, Texas.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Wiggins Family Farms post-match wrap-up. Chris Wallington is with the victors and will live to fight to one more match away from the state tournament.
I can't turn it off speakerphone because it's so sweaty. So there you go. Pretty good, y'all. I mean, after losing the first game, you were serving, and I thought that game might last until my 60th birthday.
Yeah, it lasted a long time.
I think that was a key one because after that, it was shutting by the door.
Yeah, definitely. I think we just needed to get up one, and then we were good after that.
To that point, you hadn't won a game yet. I mean, Burnett was on fire today. But once you got going and got rolling, it was good. So usually Sarah talks more than you do, and you have a bug attacking you. But that had to have kind of felt good when it started rolling.
Oh, yes, for sure. Like, once you get that first game, your confidence just goes up from there.
When did you know that Burnett had won and that you were fighting for a playback?
Just now.
Okay, they won. They won. 6-0, I think. And your partner doesn't have to play. She's a silver medalist going to state. So if everything's working out for Center, we look forward to talking to you after the next game.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So that's good. That's where that ought to go. And now they can talk to their family and take care of the important stuff. So there you go. We will probably just let's do this, Shires. Let's hear from Center Motor Company and Wiggins Farms, not Wiggins Farms, but Center Motor Company and Sabine State Bank. And then we'll come back and wrap this up in just a few seconds.
Sounds good.
Center Motor Company. From whatever angle you look at it, you see Ford. Ford trucks, SUVs like the Bronco, and iconic cars like the Mustang. A legacy managed by Kevin Jones and created by Ray Jones. Center Motor Company on Hurst Street in Center. So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name, and they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank.
All right, so Chris Wallington, we're back with you. We have some information. We know it's going to be about an hour, our final match of the day that we'll be covering. And man, is it going to be a big one.
It is a big one, an elimination round. I guess the only bigger match would be one for the state championship, because at regional, the championship is nice. You're the first seed, but it's the one where you get to go to state. That's everything at state's a victory lap, unless you are like this girl from Taylor who is expecting to win everything. But for most folks, getting to state is the career linchpin. And we'll got one girl going, Jalen Postel, and we'll see if we can get Sarah Hall there and Reese Cockrell there in just a moment. So, Shires, thank you for sticking around for this. It's going to be about 60 minutes, give or take. They by rule, have to give them an hour to rest, but I don't think they'll give them much more.
Right, so we'll see you guys probably around 2:15. We'll come back on right after 2 o'clock, and so we can set everything up and kind of recap everything, and maybe talk to Coach and talk to some fans and see what else we can do.
Yeah, let's call it 2:15. Unless something really weird happens, we'll be back in an hour.
All right, 2:15. We'll see y'all. It'll be a different. You will log off, and when you come back on, there will be a different link on the NetSN site. It'll have, it'll be Hall, Cockrell, playback chance or something of that nature is what it'll be called, but it'll be right there at the NetSN where you found the other ones. So thank you, Mr. Wallington. We'll sign off now. We'll see you in an hour.
All right.
Wiggins Farms. They call them the watermelon family, but the product from their farm when the melon's just a baby, all the way through to the harvest to your table. It's the juiciest, best melons available. Wiggins Farms, hat not included.
Three-point shot.
Mitchell hits a towering shot, baby.
That's a goal by Garcia. Red Bulls takes it to the house. This has been a presentation of the Rough Rider broadcast team, brought to you by Watlington and Shires Productions.